Hello, if you're new to the channel, hello, it's nice to meet you. If you're a subscriber already, then welcome back. Hello, thank you. Oh my goodness, I've been quiet lately. I'm so sorry. I've been so burnt out. I've just not wanted to look at another planner beyond filling orders all day in the shop. But I'm back. I think if there's one thing that helps you get out of a bit of a planner funk, it's having a whole new setup. So I've got a whole new setup, but that's not this video. That is the one coming after. Before I do that, I want to go through this pocket planner that I've had, and I would like to go through today the bits in this that I thought worked really well and the bits that didn't work quite so well, so you can see why I'm making the change from this one to this one. Okay, right, anyway, here we go. So if you've watched the setup video for this, or the plan with me video for this, then you're going to be familiar with all the different bits and pieces in it that I was trying this time around, and it's quite a change. I haven't used Pocket properly, well, actually ever really, because the last time I used Pocket Size, I was using it as a wallet, so it wasn't my main everyday planner, whereas this time it was. Do you know what? I don't know what I think about it. I don't know whether I've just been that burnt out, it's just maybe not want to plan, or whether this size hasn't worked out. I can't really tell. I did really like it, that's for sure. And the planner itself, this is a Moterm planner. It's just the regular white one. It's not a luxe one, just a regular pocket size planner with, I don't think I even switched out the rings in this. I think it was pretty much out of the box. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure. Let me just take you through. So the inbox section I really liked. If you remember last time, I was tweaking this around a little bit, and I wanted to see if a different kind of layout would help and a different kind of style of inbox would help, and it did. It definitely did. I liked that. I also liked having these little kind of snap-in bookmarks with my daily task cards on. I liked that. I also enjoyed using my daily planners as well. I don't have everything in here because I love the look of it being really stuffed and chunky, but I didn't like writing in it when it was really stuffed and chunky. So let me show you. I'm taking bits and pieces out, and I found that it's okay when I'm writing and both sides are kind of equal, but I didn't like it so much when I was writing on stuff. So there's my little girl writing in there for me. I didn't like it quite so much when you were either side of like the bulk of the pages, if that makes sense. So I didn't find it that comfortable to write on here without taking the pages out. And if you're a bit of a planner stuffer like me, you know that if you go and pop the pages open at the start, oh, they just all kind of spill out everywhere. So I found it a little bit cumbersome actually. So I'm just gonna, do you know what, I'm not gonna use this after this video, I'm just gonna leave them out. So there we go. So it was a little bit difficult to use being so stuffed, so I'm on the fence about that because I do like the look of it. Just, oh my goodness, yeah, it's a bit of a faff. And I think with planning, it is great to have them looking really nice and to have them looking as you want to use them. But if it puts you off using it, then I don't think there's much of a point from me, because I just like mine to just have my life in there and just tell me what I'm doing, basically. So I'm going to show you these layouts that I had for each month as well. So I had them dated, which helped. I quite liked having my balance wheel on that. I liked having the space. It certainly wasn't an issue to be in pocket size as far as the space was concerned, because having that bit of extra every month, every week with the fold out massively helped. And also the thing that massively helped was having my pages snipped. That was an absolute godsend. I found I was able to sit down at a desk, whip it out, and then write on it really easily, because in the past I've not really enjoyed fold out so much because I felt that to write on the back of one of them, or like an awkward kind of plane of it was a little bit faffy, but this was great. I also really enjoyed having these vellums in here. so that was good too. I really liked having the double space for the weekly spreads. Really liked that too. I think the inserts worked really well for me, and I also really enjoyed having bits and pieces that I was able to leave out so I could transfer my tasks from one week to the next week. Do you know, are you with me? Like, I just tend to transfer the same tasks from one week to the next, not because they're recurring tasks, but because I don't do them. So it becomes an exercise in shame avoidance, I think. So it's like, am I going to write this out one extra week, or am I finally going to do the thing? If you scan back, you will see Elsa costume written on many, many, many weeks. Finally ticked that off, you'd be pleased to know. So I also really enjoyed having a weekly check-in on the back of here as well. Sometimes as well, it's like an exercise in shame avoidance as well. It's like, hang on, am I going to write another week of zeros for my exercise and activity? Or am I just going to leave the studio for once? So that was useful. I really liked as well the what are you thinking about at the end of the week, and like the thinking about how you can get off to a better start. I think that really did help. So I liked all of that. So as far as like the regular week to week use, I loved it. I was kind of split between doing weekly spreads and monthly, but as you can see, I kind of stopped using it in some places. But that could just be that I was just so thoroughly just exhausted and burnt out and didn't really want to do much. I had some weeks where it was fine, some weeks where I was just like, ooh. So I've got a bit of a mix. I don't think that's the planner itself that did that though, to be fair. I think that was just me just being generally over it. So I really liked having the month at a glance. That all worked brilliantly. Do like that. Oh, I didn't even finish that, look. What happened there? Yeah, it's just I kind of stopped. I lost the plot a little bit with this one. So what else worked? Having my notes section worked. I really enjoyed having a project planner in here as well. That was really nice, but I feel like I kind of need a different place to keep everything. The reason being, I like to switch my planners all the time. Have you noticed? I like a new setup. I like to change sizes. I think for me, the getting out of a bit of a planner funk is like, okay, let's just like make a whole new one and start using that. But it does kind of call into question how you want to use it if you've got long-term stuff that you want to have. So I don't keep anything like really long-term dates in here. I don't keep anything like addresses in here or anything like that at all, because if I change planner size, I can't just take the inserts and whack them in a new one. So I tend to keep my planners for stuff that doesn't really what's the best way to say it, doesn't really go beyond the period of time that I want to use the planner for, which suggests that my system isn't working. So I've got more stuff in the works. I'll come back to that later. So I don't know whether a project planner in here is the best thing to do, because some of these things are just really long term. So let's see. Work, I didn't actually use, or the work section. I made a couple of notes about some blog posts I wanted to do when it was like really late one night and it was keeping me awake. But that's kind of it. And the personal section, I enjoyed writing headings on it. Do you remember the last planner when it was just completely blank? Yeah. Hello again. Here we are. So I enjoyed writing my nice headings, but I didn't get around to actually doing anything in them. Again, that could just be my general state of mind and how I was just generally over everything in February and most of March, to be fair. So yeah. I didn't do anything with that. My little girl Poppy wanted her own Poppy section, so we wrote that bit. But that's kind of all I've got. In the archive section as well, I like to keep my extra spares and bits and pieces, but to be fair, I didn't even use those. Did not do much at all with this one. So, time for a change. So thoughts on Pocket then. I think I would try it again. Definitely. I think if I was going to try it again, I would do a massively streamlined one, or maybe one with just really chunky rings anyway, so it didn't have that kind of bulk. I mean, this is quite bulky as it is, and that is without all of that stuff in it. So yeah, I wonder if that was the main thing that put me off. The size itself is adorable. I really loved that. And the space for writing, I think as long as you are careful about how you want to use the space, totally fine. And I know some people say things like, you know, you've got massive handwriting and you don't think it's going to work. I think that's fine as long as the inserts are specifically made for this size. They're not resized down, and like the boxes and the lines aren't shrunk as well. I think that's totally fine. The thing that was the biggest game changer, like I said before, fold outs, snipping your pages, and being really careful about how you want to use your pages. So if you remember, my daily layout was a double page spread, because I found that writing with my right hand, I couldn't write that close to the edge, so I wanted a whole width there, but I wanted all those different sections. So again, that worked really well. So just a little bit of careful picking, I suppose, if you were going to set up this planner. And as well as that, as a wallet, this is great. If I actually had a life, if I actually left the house once in a while and went and drove places and went for a coffee and all of that kind of thing, I'd imagine that this is brilliant. I would really love that. So I think that when life starts to get back to normal a little bit, I might come back and try this out. But for now, I'm going to leave it. If I did, incidentally, I would probably go for the luxe version of the Moterm planner, because it's got more pockets for cards and stuff like that, because you don't get all that many really. You get a few on your flyleaf and you get those on the back. So if you're using it as a wallet, unless you've got some extra bits and pieces to put cards in, it might not give you enough room. Although it has got the little zipper compartment for coins and the useful back pocket to keep notes in and stuff if it was going to be a wallet. So who knows, watch this space. I don't think I'm done with pocket size, not for a long shot, but this one, and on that note, I'm gonna leave it. So if you are interested to see then what I change, this one is, it could not be more different. Then keep watching, because I'm going to film that one now. Okay, anyway, thank you very much, folks. Cheers, bye-bye.